these artists have had their songs in, in indigenous
Mm,
or like in a language. So like for them, that's
yeah,
also like gotta be something really cool.
in a very ancient indigenous language for sure. I think I'm hoping one day they'll listen to it. I mean, it's not always easy for people like that, but I'm just hoping that one day I'll find a way to send a little personal message
Yeah,
and that final. So I'm looking forward to that part, to just making a little special note to all the
well,
artists just
thank
to
you.
say thank you. Yeah.
I mean, you never know. They probably have, kind of honestly, because like I said, like that's not something that probably comes across their way very often, or
Mm.
if ever, and to know that their song that they created so long ago in like this very
Mm.
English American whatever culture
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
resonated so much with like this completely different culture. It's got to be
Oh
really
yeah.
amazing.
In the small town up north, in small towns up north. Yeah.
Like, you know, um, for example, like Metallica, Unforgiven, your cover of Unforgiven, it's like I think your version of it kind of shows just how kind of underrated they are as songwriters and lyricists, and like how emotional and emotive their music really is behind all the the in your face
Yeah.
loudness to their songs. Like, but they also have like great songwriting, and I think your
Oh
cover
my
really brought out
goodness.
that emotion.
Oh yeah, I think that's what I also loved. I mean, people would think I listened to Metallica, and I'm like, yes, I did. You have to also know behind these loud noise that could look like loud noise is a melody. This lyrics is the we view of the world, and it's yeah, that's why they were so successful. They are still very successful. They have followers since they started. Like
Yep.
that's pretty
Diehards.
amazing. And they're very, very I think they're very generous and very genuine with what they do also as a band. Yeah.
So, kind of what was the response when you kind of put some of these singles out? Because, like I said, you covered some big ones, Blondie, Metallica, and whatnot. Like, so kind of what was the response from the general audience, like from their fans, maybe? Like, what was their response to these covers?
I mean, Metallica, I think, has been most surprising. I can tell these are not necessarily my fans replying to the video. I
Yeah,
mean, yes, my fans also, or a lot of new people, and I can tell these are Metallica die-hard fans who are really enjoying this version, for instance. So that's really fun, and I think that's so cool because we're all connected through
yeah.
Metallica. We're all very diverse people, diverse countries, diverse cultures, and I think we all have this something in common. We're like, okay, we feeling like someone is trying to tell the story through our pains and supporting us in a way, right? I think that's how Metallica has always been because it's not everybody. It's not a very different music than what you hear on the radio for sure. But the reaction overall is very emotional. Like when I see people or even journalists who took the time to listen to it, they're very like, okay, I had all these questions, but I just want to put them on the side and just talk to you, like, and it's an emotional experience more than I ever thought would be possible. And I think that's what's really beautiful too, is not necessarily being really able to understand why someone is emotional, but they're just emotional. And I'm hoping that the mirror I had on myself is able to go back into,
Yeah.
so people can also reflect about their memories and their childhood, or yeah, that was the purpose for me.
I think you've accomplished that because again, I think you're like connecting all these different worlds and cultures together in this one album and these different covers. And then you're also like, um, you're also giving these people who grew up on these songs like music like a new kind of first time listening to it like experience. Like it's
Mm,
like, oh, because you get to hear from something like newly completely different perspective. It's like almost hearing it for the first time again.
yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping. I love hearing that because I don't really think about necessarily that, how people are reacting to it. But when I hear someone saying stuff like that, I'm like, oh yeah, that's true. That's so cool.
Yeah, it is because like again,
That's
like Metallica
great.
has had what a billion covers, you know, probably on YouTube and
Yeah.
then social media, but how many covers have they had in the two? And then like this way that you kind of presented it, probably none.
Very, very true. Yeah.